I love you so much, but if you ever leave me, I will find you and I will hunt you down like a dirty, filthy dog. Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's been a long time, a lot of things going on, but I'm back now. We're going to talk about the Israeli Palestinian conflict. What's that all about? Well, to oversimplify it, like Dennis Prager, he said one side wants the other side dead, and if they didn't, there would be peace. Guess which side that is. If Israel were to lay down their arms today, they would be gone tomorrow. If the people in Gaza or Palestine or West Bank were to lay down their arms, there would be peace. A lot of people say that the conflict is based on politics. I don't believe that. I think that it's based on religion. Okay? What does each person's religion believe? Well, the Jews believe that God appeared to all the people at Mount Sinai and gave them the Ten Commandments. And when you get to the New Testament, well, they don't really have much to go by. It's all about feelings and spiritual experiences and things like that. And it's kind of the same way in Islam. Christianity says the Jews lied about their Bible to hide Jesus, and that's why they don't read Isaiah 53. They've got all these weird myths and accusations that they make that are completely unfounded. If you want to know where Isaiah chapter 53 is, it's right there between chapter 52 and 54. Trust me, no Jew is being deprived of reading Isaiah 53. Now, the people that are living in Gaza on the West Bank, they brainwash their children from an early age. They don't staple the Old Testament and the New Testament on the top of their Quran. Why? Because they tell their children that the Jews corrupted scriptures, and they tell their children that Christians corrupted the Gospels. Okay, so there's no point in really reading them except maybe for reference points. The Christians are different. They staple the Old Testament, which is actually the Tanakh, reshaped and reformed to their liking, so they can do proof text from it. So and so stubbed his toe. This is to, fulfill a prophecy in the scriptures. Muslims don't even bother doing that. They're like, you know what? It's been corrupted. All you need to know is that Muhammad went up into a cave by himself, not in front of an entire nation, by himself in a cave and came back with the Quran. Okay? Much the same way that the Apostle Paul was walking to Damascus and he saw a bright light called Jesus. Okay, not the whole nation, just Paul by himself. And that's what he comes back with all the epistles and the letters and things like that. Follow me because I had a vision. My conscience is clear. I know it because the Holy Spirit told me. Right? Who else can we throw on the list there? How about Joseph Smith walking in the woods by himself, pondering what the best religion is to join, and all of a sudden, not just Jesus comes down, but God and Jesus, and said, "You are going to be the leader of the Reformation or the rebirth of the Christian Church or whatever it is." Okay, none of these religions claim that God spoke to all the people. Why? Well, because that would be a lie. First of all, it would be kind of hard to pass off. So that's why I'm going with the Jews from the get-go. I'm going to read what they have to say first, and then read the other religions. And I found it fascinating. The other day we had like this, like one of these meetings on the computer with people that I work with concerning the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. And I was surprised to know that there's a lot of Christians that didn't even know that Islam believes in Jesus and Mary and Moses and all the prophets in the Bible. They were shocked to learn this. The big difference is that in the Old Testament, when Abraham has his son Isaac and Ishmael, well, they believe that the Muslims, the Quran teaches that this promise was given to his son Ishmael and not Isaac. Okay, so that's one of the biggest differences right there. And when it comes to the Gospels, the New Testament, they don't believe that Jesus was born of a virgin, and they don't believe that he was crucified. They believe that he was just another person, one of the greatest prophets, of course, and that his mother Mary is to be revered. So they have their similarities between Christians and Muslims, but they're completely separate from Judaism. Okay, so there's kind of like a big, like three circles, and they kind of overlap a little bit. Judaism is more aligned with Islam because they only believe in one God. They don't believe in a Trinity. Okay, so there's lots of differences on a fundamental, basic level there. The other thing that you're going to have to know if you're trying to figure out what Islam's all about is you got to learn some new terms. Instead of the Torah, they call the first 5 books of the Bible the Torah. And it's not written down anywhere, okay, but it's talked about in the Quran. Just like there's a gospel of Jesus, but it's not actually written down. Go figure. Don't ask me why, I haven't gotten that far yet. The thing that's important to learn is that, like the Bible, the Quran also has chapters and verses, only they're called surahs, and the verses are called ayahs. Okay? And when you read the Quran, God refers to himself as we. Now, some people have said that, oh, it's insinuating that it's God and the angels or something like that. I think, I'm not positive, but I think that they use we in the plural the same way that the Quran, not the Quran, but the Old Testament uses the word Elohim, which can be plural, but when it's applied to God, it's singular, and it just means a great God, or the one who has the power. It doesn't actually mean that there's 3 gods floating around. Now, there's other similarities and differences between Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. One of the biggest ones is that Christians and Muslims both believe in, eternal hellfire if you don't believe in Muhammad or if you don't believe in Jesus and Paul. So something bad will happen to you after you die if you don't believe in one guy or the other. And something really good will happen to you after you die if you believe in Jesus, or if you're a Muslim, if you believe in Muhammad and Allah. Okay? Judaism doesn't have that. Judaism doesn't say, if you don't believe in God, you're going to hell forever and ever. There's nothing like that in the Tanakh, the Old Testament. Okay? Everything that God does and says in the Old Testament is about this life, about surviving and getting through this life and prospering. Okay, so when you see the word salvation in the Old Testament, it means in this life, not like it does in the New Testament where it means the afterlife. Okay, so that's one of the biggest differences right there too. So in the Old Testament, God doesn't threaten things with the afterlife. He says, if you do the things that I command you, you will live, and if you don't do the things, you'll perish. Okay? Now, if you haven't read the Old Testament for a while, I think it's probably time for a recap. And I want you to pay attention to the fact that the scriptures are all about pursuing justice and justice alone, not following your heart and your feelings. It's all about pursuing justice, and God is just. He wants us to be just. Okay, He made us in His image, kind, merciful, loving, all that good stuff. And if we are supposed to be those things, imagine how much more so God is Himself. Does it sound just to you to condemn somebody to eternal punishment for a sin? For any sin, period? That doesn't sound very just. If you want to believe in a coercive relationship where it's like, oh, I love you so much, but if you ever leave me, I will find you and I will hunt you down like a dirty, filthy dog, and I will kill you and forever and ever and ever. Okay, that's a coercive, abusive relationship. That's not what God is. God gives you free will. He wants you to do good and avoid evil. When you read the Quran, even more so, almost on every other page, it seems like, oh, a terrible torment awaits anybody who doesn't believe. Oh, you will be punished forever and ever. Eternal hellfire and suffering and pain if you don't believe in Muhammad and Allah. So I believe in the Torah because God says, look, I am God. I can change the weather patterns. If you're not God, it would be a bad idea to say those things, because if you can't make it rain and you say it's going to rain and then it doesn't, you're going to look stupid. So for all these people out there, specifically, the one that keeps coming to mind is like the recent Mormon case with the Lori Daybell and Chad Daybell. If you're thinking about killing your kids and burying them in the backyard, please consult the Torah first. Oh, you shall not murder. Oh, okay. What part of that don't they understand? It's pretty simple. Life isn't that complicated. Come on, just give God a chance and leave all this other coercive, abusive, toxic nonsense behind. Anyways, I'm just kind of rambling on here. We'll talk more about the Palestinian conflict again. I just want to let you know that I'm still here and I haven't gone anywhere. Have a good day.